There are gods who create worlds, gods who protect them, gods who destroy them. There are celestial warriors with divine weapons, cosmic kings with armies of immortals, and beings so powerful they can tear through reality like paper. And then there is Shani, a god so feared that people lower their eyes when they say his name. A god whose arrival is never celebrated with comfort, because when Shani enters your life, he does not come to flatter you. He comes to test the foundations under your feet, not because he hates you, because he wants to know if you were standing on truth or just very expensive lies. Shani is not chaos. He is not random suffering. He is not some cosmic villain sitting in the sky plotting your downfall like a bitter ex. No. Shani is worse for the ego. He is consequence. He is karma with a face. The living force of Saturn. The one power in the universe that does not care about your status, your excuses, your family name, your social image, or how spiritual you suddenly became after life started falling apart. And the story of Shani begins, fittingly, with light acting arrogant. At the dawn of creation, Surya, the sun god, blazed across the cosmos in unbearable radiance. He was magnificent, yes, life-giving, yes, but also a little full of himself. And honestly, can you blame him? When you are literally the sun, humility does not come naturally. His wife, Sanjana, however, had a problem. Surya's brilliance was not poetic from up close. It was brutal, relentless, unforgiving. His heat was so intense that she could barely stand near him. Her body weakened, her senses burned. Her very being could not bear the force of his presence. So Sanjana made a choice that would change the balance of the cosmos. She left. But she did not simply disappear. That would have been too easy, too obvious. Instead, she created a substitute from her own shadow, a living double, a being made from darkness, silence, and concealment. Her name was Chaya, Shadow. And Surya, for all his brilliance, did not notice. That part is almost funny. The Lord of Light, the one who illuminates all things, could not see what was happening inside his own home. He accepted Chaya as his wife. He never questioned the difference. And from that union, light so intense it blinded, and shadow so deep it concealed, something extraordinary was born. A child. But not one wrapped in golden radiance, not one glowing like the dawn, not one who looked anything like the proud sun god expected. This child was dark, deep black, silent, heavy with an energy that did not sparkle. It judged. And Surya hated what he saw. In his mind, darkness was unacceptable, a stain, a contradiction, an insult to his own perfection. He looked at Chaya, he looked at the child, and instead of wonder, he responded with disgust. He mocked the mother. He rejected the son. He refused to believe that from his own divine light could come a child of such shadow. And just like that, the first crime was committed. Not murder, not war, something more familiar. Pride, cruelty, injustice, inside the family. That is what makes this story hit so hard. The first battle Shani ever fought was not against a demon. It was against disrespect. Now, most newborns enter the world crying. Shani did not. He opened his eyes. That is it. No speech, no tantrum, no dramatic thunder in the background. Just a look. And that look changed everything. The moment Shani's gaze fell upon Surya, the impossible began. The radiant sun god started to dim. His brilliance faltered. His golden glow blackened. The divine chariot of light cracked under the weight of a force it could not overpower. Imagine that for a second. The source of daylight itself, eclipsed by the stare of a newborn. Not because the child was angry in some petty emotional way. Not because he wanted revenge for the sake of revenge. But because Shani's gaze is not emotion. It is return. You send out arrogance, it comes back. You send out cruelty, it comes back. You wound the innocent, and somehow life finds a way to hand that wound back to you, usually with interest. That is Shani. He does not create your karma, he delivers it. That moment sent a message through the heavens with terrifying clarity. No one is untouchable. Not kings, not sages, not gods, not even the sun. And that is exactly why Shani became so feared. Because other gods might be moved by devotion, flattery, rituals, tears, bargaining. Shani? He is not impressed that easily. You cannot charm accountability. Eventually, the truth of Shani's power reached Lord Shiva, and even Shiva recognized that Shani was not just powerful, he was necessary. Because what is creation without justice? What is preservation without discipline? What is power without consequence? So Shiva gave Shani one of the heaviest roles in existence. He made him the great judge of karma, the Cosmic Magistrate, the one who observes, measures, waits, and when the time is right, acts. Not quickly, not emotionally, not loudly. That is another thing people misunderstand about Shani. He is slow. And that slowness terrifies people more than instant punishment ever could. Because instant punishment is dramatic. It is clean. It gives you closure. Shani is different. He watches you build the lie. He watches you decorate it. He watches you convince the world it is real. He lets you sit comfortably in your own illusion. And then one day, without warning, the whole thing collapses like wet cardboard. That is why in astrology, people fear periods like Sade Sati, 7.5 years under Saturn's shadow. Even the name makes people nervous. Suddenly, everybody becomes philosophical. But here is the thing. Shani is not showing up to ruin your life for entertainment. He is auditing it. That is the real terror. Not punishment. An audit. He checks what you built, how you built it, who you stepped on while building it, whether your confidence is actually character or just good lighting and better PR. If your life is rooted in honesty, effort, discipline, and humility, Shani can elevate you in ways no shallow blessing ever could. His rewards are not flashy. They are solid, lasting, heavy in the best way. But if your empire is built on manipulation, ego, shortcuts, exploitation, and self-delusion, then yes, he will tear it down. Not because he is cruel, because it was already rotten. Shani does not destroy what is real. He destroys what was pretending to be real. That is why people call him harsh. But let's be honest, most people do not hate justice. They hate being on the wrong side of it. In a world obsessed with instant success, fake confidence, and borrowed wisdom, Shani is the cosmic voice saying, "Fine, dream big, manifest all you want, but sooner or later, Show me the work. Show me the discipline. Show me the integrity. Show me who you are when nobody is clapping. Because in the court of Shani, excuses do not sparkle. Only truth does. The Lord of Karma is terrifying only to what is false. To what is true, he is not a curse. He is a purifier. A brutal one, yes, but a purifier. If you want more stories from the darkest, strangest, and most powerful corners of ancient mythology, subscribe. Because some gods give blessings, and some gods give reality checks. And trust me, those are the ones you never forget.